Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. Luckily I got around to this video. Woke up early enough today, had some extra time. So anyway, I'm a day late, but of course Group A had declared their distributions on February 19th. As you can see, I'm on the distribution calendar on the YieldMax website. So at the top, Group A, again, declared February 19th. Today, as I'm making this video, is ex-dividend date, which is February 20th. So you'll see the funds from Group A drop by the distribution amount, again, plus or minus the movement in any of the underlying stocks that they own. But to answer everyone's question, it is too late to buy the fund in order to qualify for the distribution. But if you do buy it today, you do get somewhat of a discount, as some say, due to the drop from the distribution, which happens on, again, ex-dividend date. But if you did buy on 2/19 and you held until today, you will get paid on Friday, 2/21, of course, depending on your brokerage. Some brokerages take longer than others. And I believe the ones that pay even like the earliest, typically, maybe they front the money, like Fidelity, for example. They're always early. They're always on time. Robinhood used to be like that, but they have since changed. Obviously, maybe they're getting too big; they can't afford fronting all that money, or maybe it's just it's just a visual at that point. Unless because you can't really use that cash right away. Although maybe you can. I don't know. It depends. Again, everything depends on the brokerage, but for the most part, at some point on 2/21, I'd like to think that everyone's going to get paid. It could delay until the Monday, but regardless. That's the string of events, all right? So, again, yesterday, declaration date. Today, ex-dividend date. And then tomorrow is pay date. All right. You guys don't care about that. I know. Let's get to the fun. All right. So, again, Group A is led by TSLY. Let's just get right to it. So, TSLY declared a distribution of 57 cents. I had 61 because that's what they made. Right? That is what they made. I'm not lying. That is what they made. If we go to the file, I do have a TSLY file. For those of you that are familiar, I do daily videos on TSLY. They made 61 cents per share, right? The weekly income was 61.4 million, and that comes to 61 cents per share. That's what was my guesstimate, but they paid 57 cents. So again, that's fine. It's close enough, right? It makes sense. But that's kind of how, my thinking, at least for what I had. But regardless of that, 57 cents is a decrease of 19% from the prior distribution. However, it is a 61% yield, right? Let's make sure this actual yield is updated. Yes, it is. Okay, great. All right, up next is OARK. They are going to pay 42 cents. That is a 29% increase from the prior payment, which is pretty damn good. And GUI, OARK, 50% yield. Wow, like the old days, man. OARK used to yield 50% normally. All right, GUI is going to pay 38 cents. That is a 16% increase from the last payment, and it's a yield of 34%. Oh, yeah, I have to remember always to click. People like when I click. Zomo, they're going to pay 25 cents. That is a 27% decrease from the last payment, and that's a yield of 22%. YBIT, they're going to pay 55 cents. That is a 30% decrease from the last payment and a 58% yield. All right, moving on to SNOY. They're going to pay 92 cents. Pretty damn good payment. That's a 24% increase from the last payment, and that's a 59% yield. T to the S to the M to the Y, 60 cents, which is a 6% decrease and a 43% yield. Crash is going to pay 38 cents. That's a 7% increase of, 33% increase from the last payment and a 76% yield. FEAT is going to pay $1.90. That is a 12% decrease from the last payment and a 54% yield. And then FIVY, they're going to pay $1.12. That is a 33% decrease from the last payment and a 31% yield. Okay, great. Now let's go look at the weeklies and see what they're paying. By the way, correction from my previous video. I know I kind of screwed up. I was saying like LFGY paid this amount. But when I said that, it was the combination of the last 3 payments. So thank you guys for correcting me. Sometimes when you're glued, to looking at a million numbers, screw ups happen. But yeah, of course, that was one I probably should have caught as I was making the video. All right, so I have these under weeklies 5 because why? Mainly because YMax and YMag, they pay weekly, right? So they're gonna have a payment from group A, B, C, and D. So I put A, B, C, and D under one weekly cycle. So we have just completed the cycle because this was the payment for YMax from group D. So this is the final one. And they have declared 18 cents or 0.1852 for YMax. And then for YMag, 0.1369 or 13 cents, may round up to 14. LFGY, 0.5739, 57 cents. GPTY, 32 cents. And then SDTY, 22 cents. Kind of much more than I thought on SDTY. So that's pretty damn good. But yeah, so for YMax, YMag, and LFGY, we now have 4 payments in this number here. So I'm going to use those 4 payments and tell you what the yield was based on those 4 payments, right? And YMax, 52% yield, YMag, 40% yield, and LFGY is a 65% yield. So LFGY is the winner yield-wise, of course. But we'll see how, overall how the fund does, in time. Now, since Group A did declare their distributions, it's only fair that we talk about house money. But before that, let's make sure the total distribution formula is up to date. And yep, it's picking up to column AT. So that's good. So let's move on to house money. All right. So what is house money? House money is a simple calculation. Basically, I take whatever the launch price was and I compare it to how much they have paid out in distributions. And this shows you, like, if you bought the fund at inception and you just held it and you kept collecting the cash distributions, that's the percentage of how much cash you would have been paid. This is not including like dividend reinvestment, right? It's not any of that. It's essentially just piling up cash until you get to a point where you got your original investment back. So let's start with TSLY. You would have received 78% of your original investment back to date. Again, assuming it's Friday's payday. OARK, 61%, GUI, 37%, Zomo, 27%, YBIT, 43%, SNOI, 37%, TSMY, 19%, Crash, 32%, FEAT, 8%, and FIVY, 6%. So, yeah. I mean, again, notables, TSLY and OARK, they're getting closer and closer to that 100%, which finally TSLY shareholders can maybe say, I got paid my money back, right? Good Lord. But again, guys, they had a rough outing. They had a reverse split. They're the only fund to have a reverse split out of YieldMax. So it is what it is, man. Again, Tesla's a tough stock to trade. All right, I'm going to talk about recovery rates. So since Group A just finished up, I'm going to talk, we'll get the closeout numbers. How did TSLY recover? All right, this is based on the prior distribution, though, not this current one, the prior one. TSLY, not so good, negative 191%. OARK, positive 178%. So they did very well this time around. GUI, negative 216%. Zomo, positive 31%. YBIT, negative 44%. SNOI, positive 174%. TSMY, negative 206%. And then Crash, positive 269%. And then FEAT and FIVY in the negatives, negative 29% for FEAT, negative 63% for FIVY. Now, again, since that cycle's over, that's what they've recovered for that cycle. I'm going to update my dates and my formulas just to show you guys kind of how it works. So again, what do? I compare the last X date to the current date. So the last X date now for Group A is today. Of course, today, February 20th. So I will put today's date in, obviously, 2/20. So we'll do 2/20/25. Now, you'll notice the formulas, they're not going to work. Why? Well, because there is no open price yet. The market did not open. You'll see the formula. This is pulling the price as of 2/20 at the open. The open did not happen yet. I'm recording this video as of 6:18 a.m. So, yeah, did not open. But once it opens, that price is locked in for this cycle. And then this date here, this is the date we're going to not the date, the value we're going to compare it against, the price, the as at price. So we take that price, we subtract it by the last ex-dividend date open price, and that's kind of the gains per share column right here. And then the gain percentage, obviously, from there. And then recovery rate, that's going to compare the gains per share in column BD4 to, it. Right now it shows AS, but we need to switch it now to AT because AT is the last payment. So we'll do that right now. So we'll go here and we'll go into the formulas. I know some people, this does interest. Some people don't give a crap. Those people probably clicked off the video actually at this point. But again, it's good to know because sometimes I go through the videos really quick and a lot of people say, how'd you get that? Or, so I think sometimes me going through and updating this as we go is helpful, but you guys can let me know. All right, so again, recovery rates now for Group A, that will update as time goes on. So as of today, as of the close, you'll see like, okay, this is how much the gains per share for the day, and then how much they recovered based on that, that last payment. All right, makes sense? Great. All right, now let's go to Group B. So this is, again, assuming I updated, of course, this is what, S. Should it be? Oh my God. So I have, all right, no, never mind. This is right because their last payment was AS. They don't have an AT. All right, they don't have a weekly 6 actual. So this is still doing the recovery rate based on the last payment. I almost confused myself there. So I got, again, their last ex-dividend date for Group B was 1/30. Their latest price is column BC right here. You'll see that, and then the difference, right? So in the example of FIVY, right, they're at 21.49 as we last checked. 21.49 minus 19.05, which was the price of the open on ex-dividend date, is 244. Now 244 is greater than their last payment. It's greater than almost 3 times. That's why the recovery rate shows 294% recovery rate. So NVIDIA is doing very, very well. FIVY recovery rate positive 10.95%. JPMO positive 72%. Murni negative because they freaking suck, man. I don't know how else to say it. Negative 186%. GDXY positive 102%. Babo, holy crap, Babo, we love you. 790% positive. Platy positive 701%. Although they do seem to be correcting themselves, but again, they're up so high that good luck. They recovered a lot. Marrow negative 194%. Marrow sucks too, to be honest, since they launched. But it's unfortunate. Dips negative 280%. All right, up next is Group C, headed by Neptly. Neptly with a positive 44% recovery rate. Again, they had less time since their last distribution versus Group B, of course. Coney negative 60%, not a great start. MSFO negative 16%. AMDY positive 83%. PP, hey PP, negative 22%. Abney, hell yeah, positive 500%. CVNY, no payment yet for these suckers. This cycle will have their first payment, so look forward to that. Fiat, positive 65%, and Ulti, positive 24%. Ulti, do better, Ulti. And then we have Group D, recently declared, so obviously their recovery rate, it's a little less time that they had. They had since 2/13. But anyway, let's get to it. Aptly, positive 80% recovery rate. AMZ, negative 27% recovery rate. Disso, positive 2% recovery rate. Well, better than nothing. Squee! 8.56% negative. AIYY negative 80% recovery rate. Misty negative 13% recovery rate. SMCY positive 400% recovery rate. Oh yeah. YQQQ sucking as usual, negative 92% recovery rate. Okay. Oh yeah, one more thing. Since Group A did declare, we know what they're paying. We go over here. YMAX, YMAG, do their calculator, do their thing. What do you got here? We got a YMAX payment prediction of 15 cents and a YMAG prediction of 19 cents. That is for next week. That is my guesstimate for next week, which may or may not fluctuate, when we do the video on Sunday. But for now, I'll give you what I have. Then we can take it from there. Sound good? Great. All right, so that's pretty much it. I think I covered enough. So I'm gonna end it there. Let me know if there's anything specifically you want me to cover in addition to the estimate on Sunday. If you have a preference based on, if you guys understand what I have on the sheet already. I try to change it up here and there, not do the same stuff over and over. I know recovery rate you guys want to see, so I do that over and over, but I don't do like the 52-week high and low over and over. I don't do all the house monies, But anyway, guys, oh yeah, of course, I have to do the quick recap really quick, but here we go. TSLY, 57 cents, 61% yield. OARK, 42 cents, 50% yield. GUI, 38 cents, 34% yield. ZOMO, 25 cents, 22% yield. YBIT, 55 cents, 58% yield. SNOI, 92 cents, 59% yield. TSMY, 60 cents, 43% yield. Crash, 38 cents, 76% yield. FEAT, 190, 54% yield. FIVY, 112, 31% yield. And then we go to the bottom, to the weeklies. Where the heck are they? We got YMAX. They are declaring or paying 18 cents. YMAG, 13 cents. LFGY, 57 cents. GPTY, 32 cents. STTY's first payment is 22 cents. Not STDY, guys, all right? It's SDTY. By the way, terrible ticker. Terrible. At least, I don't know. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done yapping. This is, again, second video, and it's not, it's still early. Work day ahead, and then a lot of crap I got to do tonight for baseball. So I'll end it there. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we'll try again next time. Any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It does go a long way. All right. Outside of that, I got nothing. I'm not doing the keyword because it's not the morning video per se. So I'll just end it there and say, guys, thank you for watching and have a great day. Later.